Hi everyone, I'm Caitlyn and I'm the Client Relationship Manager at MoWorks. Today I'm joined by Liam from Zukaz. We've been working with Zukaz on their app development and their branding. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, no worries, Caitlyn. Thanks for having me on. So my name's Liam Scammell. I'm the COO of Zukaz. So just for everyone that's not aware, Zukaz is a startup marketing platform that uses augmented reality and geo-mapping to connect merchant and consumer. Simply, thanks for having me on. We've been working with MoWorks for probably about 2 years now, I'd say. So, yeah.
We're very well acquainted.
Absolutely.
So tell me about how the current situation's been affecting Zukaz as a business. Yep. Obviously, a lot of your clients would be affected by it as well. What sort of the main impact?
Yeah, so at the moment, so as I mentioned, we're a startup. We've got big grand plans, but we're a startup that's primarily working at the moment with small business and connecting small business with their local community. So we've launched in Albury Wodonga, and as well also Geelong. So the main impact, I guess, firstly is growth plans are sort of on hold. We're looking to come into Melbourne around Easter time, but with everything that was going on, we sort of just launched into Geelong, and then pandemic sort of hit. So growth plans are certainly on hold. Activity on the app's definitely down. Not the worst situations expected. You know, obviously most of our partners have either closed up, or some of the restaurants and cafes, etc., are doing takeaway orders. But certainly their activities, certainly taken quite a dive. So we're just there to support them as much as we can. We've wiped all our fees, so we're literally just a free marketing platform that's hopefully bringing them a few more sales at the moment. The positive for us though is it's bought our product team probably a bit of a window of 3 or 4 months, I think, to really schmicken up our app and add a few more features, and features that are hopefully going to aid us on the other side as the market potentially changes. So that's, I guess, the positive.
Apart from waiving the fees, is there anything else you're doing to pivot or adapt to the current conditions?
The first one is the core function of the app is to get people out and about hunting and collecting vouchers, or allowing businesses to drop cash vouchers to high foot traffic areas for consumers to collect. Obviously, people aren't out and about as they normally would be at the moment. So the first thing we did is we extended the radius that people can collect. So now they can collect from their own homes. The next, feature, which it's not live in the app at the moment, but we're adding in, is for the ability for consumers to be able to actually order through the app as well. So they can pre-order through the app, pay in advance through the Zukaz app, and then simply go and collect, which is fantastic. Yeah. Obviously going to be a bit of a trend probably towards a cashless society. So we're heavily involved in crypto as well. Really optimistic about the technology that sits behind our cryptocurrency coin. So certainly a trend that I think people see out of this is a switch away from, cashless society and the emergence of new technologies, and crypto being one of them. On top of that, we're developing a loyalty program, which will sit within the app. So there's not that exchange of a card back and forth between hands. And then another trend towards, obviously, e-com. So we're continuing to do e-com integrations for our vouchers. So we've done Shopify WooCommerce already, and Magento's next one on the list, and continuing to tick a few of those ones off. So yeah, a few.
When things do go back to normal, do you think there'll be any sort of significant changes in your industry?
Well, I mean, marketing industry is an interesting one, and you'd expect there to be a bit of a tightening in terms of marketing spend. That's probably the logical thought to take out of it. But it's just people or merchants looking for more efficient marketing spend. So that plays into our hands a little bit. I think you've seen there's been a bit of media around lately from a lot of small businesses and dealing with third parties, particularly the food delivery apps, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, etc., that they're really not delivering significant value for those small businesses. I think it's the key I really think is, for merchants, is to have efficient marketing spend, and for us as publishers to be able to provide, that avenue for them to have a really, efficient use of their marketing spend. But probably the emergence of new technologies a bit of a move towards that cashless society. So it's going to be very interesting to see, blockchain and cryptocurrency adoption, how that develops over this period. It's obviously sort of been bubbling away in the background, but hasn't really reached mass adoption yet. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out once things get back to normal for sure.
Thank you for your time today, Liam. It was great to chat with you and learn more about what your predictions are for your industry and for Zukaz in the future. I'm excited to see it launch in Melbourne and start using it here.
Yeah, absolutely. No, fantastic, Caitlyn. Thanks for having me on. My work's been a fantastic supporter of ours, as I said, for over the last 2 years or so. So, yeah, always great to jump on and have a chat. So thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you again.